So we can just recite the verse number 90 today and 91 also. They are very connected verses, and in the 91 we have a nice purport also, so we can also get some further guidance from Srila Prabhupada through the purport, further enlightenment. So we can just start with the verse number 90. Inhara sarira saba Ishwar lakshana Mahaprema vesa tumi pancha darsana. Gopinath Acharya continued, so maybe we can just have the synonyms. Inhara, his, sarira, in the body, Saba, all, Iswara Lakshana, characteristics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahaprema Avesa, absorption in transcendental ecstasy, Tumi, you, Pancha, have obtained, Darsana, seeing. Gopinath Acharya continued, you have seen the symptoms of Supreme Personality of Godhead in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his absorption in an ecstatic mood. Tabuta Iswara Jnana Nahaya Tumara. Number 91. Is it possible, Prabhu, here?
Sorry?
91. I know noises. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Tabuta Iswara Jnana Nahaya Tumara. Ishwarera Maya e Bali Vyayavara. Tabuta Ishwara Jnana Nahaya Tumara. Ishwara Maya e Bali Vyavahara. Tabuta, still, however, Iswara Jnana, knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Na, not. Haya, there is. Tomar, your. Iswaraha, of the Lord. Maya, the illusion. A, this. Bali, say. Vyavhara, the journal term. Translation. Despite directly perceiving the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot understand him. This is commonly called illusion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Great A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Gopinath Acharya is pointing out that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had already seen uncommon symptoms of ecstasy in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These uncommon symptoms of ecstatic love indicated the Supreme Person. But despite having seen all these symptoms, the Bhattacharya could not understand the Lord's transcendental nature. He was considering the Lord's pastimes to be mundane. This was certainly due to illusion. So, it's a wonderful, actually, it's one of the core of our philosophy. Srila Prabhupada has always clarified this point. Actually, one of the reasons I really like Srila Prabhupada is that he clearly established the Siddhanta. Srila Prabhupada keeps no gap, no misunderstanding, no ambiguity. And this is one of the greatest reason of success of Srila Prabhupada, that he never compromised with the Siddhanta, with the principle, with the Tattva. And in this also, Srila Prabhupada also very clearly clarify the tattva, and this is also a verse where you know these all principles, the siddhanta, what is the difference between impersonalism and personalism, this comes. So before we go to this about this wonderful pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so let us pay obeisances to our acharyas, and we can start then. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanah Salakhya Chakshur Unmilitam Yenah Tasmai Sri Gurve Namah. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desitarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurituse Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpita Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapte Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. He Namo वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिद्धुव एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. Prabhu, you may now connect your laptop if possible.
I don't know what should I do?
Did you go to the slides? Actually, before we begin, because there are some maybe new members, you have not heard last time Chaitanya Charitamrita here, or your first time for this katha? Okay, so we can maybe have a little background of this whole episode. It's a wonderful pastime. It's yeah, very great. If we know the background, then we can relish, we can enjoy these verses very nicely. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, who has come to this world 500 years before in the mood of Srimati Radharani to show the love for Krishna, how a devotee should do devotional service, how a devotee should behave, how a bhakta should behave. He wants to show by himself in the mood of Radharani, and Radharani is the greatest devotee. So if somebody want to do a leela of a devotee, there is no better devotee than Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the mood of Srimati Radharani in Navdeep Mayapur Dham, and at the age of 24 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyasa. This is the one of the youngest sannyasa. No, normally sannyasa comes at the end. If you consider 100 years of the age, the sannyasa comes around 75 years of the age, or more than 70 years when after Vanaprastha. But he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is Lord, and he can do this leela. Not everybody can do this, but he can do this leela. He can show by his example. Normally there are very few such young sannyasis possible. Normally one has to be brahmachari for long years, and then one becomes the sannyasi. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the age of 24, he first time went to Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, he was with his associates, with Nityananda Prabhu, and all his associates were there. Swarup Damodar, Govindas, his personal assistant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the group. He was so ecstatic. He was so much want to see Jagannath Bhagwan, Krishna himself. He left the group and he was much ahead of them. He reached Jagannath Puri in the main temple hall, and he got the darsans of Sri Jagannath Bhagwan. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got the darshan, he was full ecstasy, the maximum level of ecstasy he was. And he got Sat, Ast Satvik Vikar. These are the highest level of love, prema bhakti. Now when we say prema bhakti, I put these because I want to show where the prema bhakti is. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy and he fell down. He see Krishna as Jagannath Bhagwan, and when he see him, he got into great ecstasy and he fell down on the ground and he was fainted. He became unconscious. And Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was the great Panditaha, Brahmana of that time. He was the greatest Brahmana. He was a Vedanti. He has a full knowledge of Vedanta. He was known worldwide. He was very famous. And when he has a service in the temple, Jagannath Puri, so he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, such a beautiful man. He is the most beautiful personality, actually. There is no one more beautiful than Krishna himself. So when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya see him, so he thought, oh, the person, maybe he died. What happens to him? He's just on the ground. And then he checked. He put a cotton on his nose. Is he died? Or he's dead? Dead or he's still alive? And he saw that the movement of the cotton is there. So one can check now if the breathing is going on, then okay, his breathing is going on. He was not knowing that he's Lord himself. He thought, oh, some devotee has come, he's in the sannyasi, and yes. But then he took him to his home. He was such a nice personality, this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He took him home and he did all the, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also got up, he served the prasadam and all. Then he made to rest. He was resting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting in his home. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was so captivated by the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could not recognize him. I will tell you the background why he could not recognize. Then Nityanand Prabhu and other associates also came, actually, and they came later, actually. Before them, there was one more associate. Before Nityanand Prabhu and other came, there was a Gopinath Acharya. He was the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Gopinath Acharya was knowing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very well. He was one of the associates. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Gopinath Acharya, because he was the brother-in-law, so very intimate relations. Who is this personality? He is so beautiful. Then Gopinath Acharya says, you have seen him already. He has these greatest symptoms of God. Because in the sloka, when we saw in the sloka, it was written in the sloka. I want to exactly repeat these words. In the sloka, it was written 90 number. Maha inhara sarira saba iswara lakshana maha prema vesa tumi pancha darsana. Gopinath Acharya continued. He said, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is asking, who is this personality? Who is this sannyasi? Then Gopinath Acharya says, yeah, he was born to Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata in Navadvip Dham, and Nilambar Chakravarti is his nana, his grandfather. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was knowing his grandfather, actually, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's father and grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was friends. Okay. I know this family from Navadvip. He is a good family. I know Jagannath Mishra also. But I don't know that they have a son who is, devotee. I don't know about him. Then, then he said, yes. So tell me more about him. What he's doing. Then he's initiated somewhere. So who is his guru? Then Gopinath Acharya told that he's initiated, he got a sannyasa, he's young, but he got sannyasa still this young age, and he got sannyasa through Kesava Bharati. Actually, Kesava Bharati was impersonalist guru, but that time impersonalism have a complete dominance over the society, over this Vedic culture. So if you are not initiated through a authentic, that time it was more, authentic, more, I will not say more authentic, it was more common, more traditional way of getting sannyasa, because sannyasas are more into that lineage of Shankaracharya. And Kesava Bharati was one of the impersonalists, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyasa because he want to recognize his sannyasa that he has, because he has to preach finally. If somebody has to preach, he has to adopt some ways, some hidden ways. And this was the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as a guru. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, yeah, what is his name? He said, his name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya is his name. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, yeah, normally when sannyasis are initiated in this lineage, they are called Saraswati, Giri, and there are Tirtha, like some great names inside. But he's still Chaitanya, and normally this name is used by brahmacharis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so great, he did not put a great name in like Saraswati or something. He was very humble. So he kept a name which is used by brahmacharis at that time. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not giving much weight. He said, oh, it's a brahmachari. He's young, he's brahmachari, okay, good. And then he's initiated to Kesava Bharati. I think he's a second. Then he said, Gopinath Acharya said, no, he's not brahmachari, he's a sannyasi. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, yeah, I understand he's a sannyasi because he got sannyasa through Kesava Bharati. He is well known. Kesava Bharati is well known. But he's a second class sannyasi. He is not first class. The first class sannyasi is like, I am first class sannyasi, and he himself was a Vedanti. But Saraswati is like Madhusudan Saraswati at that time, and Prakasanand Saraswati, like these are the greatest sannyasi. So he's a second time. But second type sannyasi. But if he can learn Vedanta through me, I can teach him Vedanta. And I can make him expert. And I can make him from second class to the first class sannyasi. Oh my God. He's talking about Sri Krishna Chaitanya, about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that I will make him from a second class to the first class sannyasi. Then Gopinath Acharya was very, very unhappy with this. He cannot listen something like about God. And then Gopinath Acharya says these words. Inhara Sarira Sabha Iswara Lakshana, in slok number 19. In his body, you have seen all the transcendental symptoms of being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are not visible anywhere else. Mahaprema Vesa Tumi Pancha Darsana. You have seen Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that in his body all the ecstatic, mood was seen. Ecstatic darsans you have taken, but you are still not believing on him. Then he said, despite directly perceiving the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot understand him. This is commonly called illusion. See, the great devotees of the Lord, they don't care who is in front. If they see that somebody is not understanding about God, somebody is kind of making aparadha to the Lord, because it's a aparadha. When Lord is in front of you and you say he's a second class sannyasi and who is this, he's young, I will teach him, then a pure devotee of the Lord, he can never listen such blasphemy. And he immediately said, yeah, you are the great Vedanti, I know. You are the most famous Vedanti. You know the Vedas, every verse, every line, every mantra. And you are the greatest teacher of Vedanta. But you are in full illusion. This is what Gopinath Acharya, the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, told to Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You are in illusion. My dear devotees, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that when the people are, actually Arjuna asked, you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then why people don't recognize you? Why people cannot see you? What is the main issue that people cannot recognize you? Even you say in Bhagavad Gita, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarv dharman parityajyam mam ekam saranam virjaha. Just surrender to me fully. But still people don't recognize you. And you have said, I am Supreme God. Brahmaji saying, Govindam Adi Purusam Tam Aham Bhajami. But still people are not recognizing you. Then Krishna says, the reason is that when, there is a sun in the sky, sun can be compared to Krishna. Sun is, in material world, Srila Prabhupada always compare Krishna with the sun, because sun is such a nice example. And Krishna also compare himself, like he said, like there is a sun in the sky, and sun is everywhere. In India, in Germany, in US, in Australia, Japan, everywhere sun. sometime in Germany we have the clouds in the sky. Especially I come from Aachen. Aachen is always clouded. You never see sun. This is Reagan. Always raining in Aachen. So suppose we are in Aachen and we don't see sun, but in Cologne, Nilamada Prabhu can see sun nicely in the sky, and I cannot see sun. So can I say sun is not existing? Sun is existing, but I cannot see because my eyes are covered by the clouds. But his eyes are not covered by the clouds because it is visible in the Cologne, not in Aachen. But sun is there in the sky. That's why Krishna is there. He's all pervading. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is within and he is without. He is in each particle, each atom. He is in all Brahman, all the universes. But if we are not able to see him, it is our ajnanata, is our ignorance, our avidya. And then Arjuna asks to Krishna, what is the reason of this avidya? What is the cause of this avidya? Then Krishna says, the cause of this avidya is illusion. And what is the illusion? What is this cloud? But by what the cloud is made? And Krishna says this is a cloud made of avidya and raga and dvesa, likes and dislike. You know, we say like, dislike in the Facebook. I like this, I don't like this. In WhatsApp also, like, dislike. And this is not good, like, dislike. We have to be very, very, we should not be too much raga dvesa. It's not good, because if we have a raga dvesa, then the truth can be hidden from us. We can not see the truth. So this is the background of the katha, and now I want to show a few slides. Actually, there was a term here. Yeah, my computer is always locking because there is a lock active here. So there is a nice verse. Now we are in the verse number 19, and before 19, verse number 78 also there was a nice word which was called Bhattacharya Tumi Inhara Na Jana Mahima Bhagavata Lakshanera In Hatai Simha. O Bhattacharya, you have not known his glorification, his Mahima. He has all the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavata Lakshanera in Hitai Sima. And in Hitai Sima means to the highest degree. The symptoms are to the highest degree. Everybody, some pure devotees have also such lakshana, such symptoms, but in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the highest level, which is only in the God. Nobody can else have it. So what are the stages? How this lakshana comes? So we will discuss now from the beginning a little bit how it progresses, and then what is the lakshana in the Lord, what is special about the Lord. We see here in the slides that what are the 9 stages of the bhakti. They are very famous. By Rupa Goswami has mentioned these stages in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sandhu. And Rupa Goswami says when someone who comes in the contact with the devotee, he develops bhakti with the association. And the first stage is Shraddha, faith. One should develop the faith. I will not go in detail about it. I will just go through. And then the detail comes at the last point, prema. Shraddha, sadhu sang, like association of devotees. Bhajan kriya, performance of the devotion service. Anartha nivrati, then we have to unwanted desires, we have a lot of material desires. So slowly when we do bhajan kriya, we do our japa nicely. If we do without aparadha, then our material desires diminish, become less. It is called anartha nivrati, and this is the stage which takes most of the time in the life of the sadhaka. It is the most longer period of sadhana bhakti. And once this stage is becoming less, then our aparadhas become less. Then we can go attachment. Attachment means asakti. And after asakti develops, then progress becomes faster. Then we go to the nishtha. And once we come to the state of nishtha, steadiness, then the chance of falling down are very less. Then we are steady. Then there is a guarantee you will go ahead. Then you will not come back. Because nishtha is the stage where if you are not up to nishtha, there is always a chance that you may leave bhakti, you can drop out, you can fall down. But once you are nishtha, then it's a very high stage, already a very mature stage. And after nishtha, you can get ruchi and taste. From ruchi, you get the bhava, ruchi and asakti. Asakti means then your guru should not tell you that you do 16 rounds regularly, and guru will not chastise. Until before guru is saying, do it, you are chanting nicely, do seva, come to temple, do Mangal Arati, attend Bhagavatam Katha, morning Katha, evening Katha. Guru is guiding and senior devotees are guiding, and then the devotee is doing. But when somebody comes to the stage of asakti, then he don't need that pushing. He do by spontaneous, by himself. This he don't need further external motivation. It comes internal motivation, and he don't want to leave. He gets the taste. He starts enjoying. He cannot live without it. And this stage started already at the taste, ruchi, and asakti stage. And then comes bhava. Bhava is already a high stage. This is like a beginning of the prema bhakti. That the gopis have the prema bhakti, and this is the beginning of the prema bhakti, bhava stage. And when the bhava stage becomes very mature, further it becomes more condensed, then it becomes prema bhakti. And when we say somebody is a pure devotee of the Lord, he is at the stage of the bhava bhakti and prema bhakti, a pure devotee. But my dear devotees, this prema bhakti, this is actually the stage where starts the real love, the real, it starts mattering. It is, the heart melts for Krishna. And this prema bhakti is, many devotees can have this prema bhakti, but this is not the same level. This is different levels, different gradations of the prema bhakti. Beginning prema bhakti, middle, then further. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the supreme personality of the Godhead. He is not normal. He's not a normal sadhaka like us or like like jiva. He's not a jiva tattva. So he don't pass through these stages, and he is not in the beginning of prema bhakti. He's just the topmost, highest level of the prema bhakti. And today we want to go little bit in deep. What is that deep level of the prema bhakti, which only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could exhibit in this Kali Yuga 500 years before, which nobody else can exhibit. There are so much great devotees, they cannot exhibit. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he was in the mood of Radharani, and Radharani is greatest devotee. So we can go to the next slide. Then we go through this prema. So this is the slide. Actually, I want to make my acknowledgement to very senior devotee and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Hari Parsad Prabhu. I learned from him this, and that's why I thought I should present, because luckily when I got this seva that I have to do this class, Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I was confused like, oh, what should I speak, because it was just yesterday evening. And when I read the verse in the night, I thought, oh, this is about this prema bhakti and ecstatic symptoms by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we can discuss these topics actually. We can go a little bit in detail. What is this? So can we also make it a little bit towards me, so I can also say, or maybe just a minute, maybe I can do like this, Prabhu. I will see in my screen, no problem. I also have my, so no, it's okay, Prabhu, you can make it for them.
You can see, Prabhu?
Yeah, you. Yeah, this is very deep actually topic, and this is given by our acharyas, Rupa Goswami, in Nectar of Devotion, and Ujjwal Nilamani. So my dear devotees, when some devotee achieve the stage of prema, the ninth stage, in the ninth stage actually this is called sthai bhava, or it can be compared with the rati, stage of the rati. This is called sugarcane seed. So sugarcane seed, actually you know na, sugarcane ganna, Hindi mein ganna, sugarcane. In the sugarcane you have a seed of the sugarcane. The sugarcane is not come. Vihai of Deutsch Prabhu, sugar roar, yeah, roar sugar. No, not roar sugar comes später. Erstmal kommt nur die roar kommt keine Sugar erstmal. Und dann before the roar kommt die Kerne. Und die Kerne is Rati. Das ist die Kerne erstmal. Keine Sugar bis jetzt. Und nachdem, so after this Kerne, after this sugarcane seed, This is called sthai bhava. This is already a high level, but it is a beginning of prema bhakti. But when this sthai bhava further condensed, this condensement, this final, this goes further deep, it becomes prema, and then it becomes sugarcane. Sugarcane is very sweet actually. Sugarcane is now, the sweetness is there in the sugarcane from the seed. And this condensed part, when this prema further goes to next level, the sugarcane, from the sugarcane there is a lot of this material in the sugarcane. You get the further, you squeeze the juice out of it, out of this rower, and this juice is called sugarcane juice. This comes from sugarcane, and this juice is called sneha. When prema melts the heart, this is the next level of the prema, sneha. This is called sugarcane juice. And when the sugarcane juice further, we can solidify the sugar. I remember actually, this is a little emotional for me, because when I was small child, I was in my village in Brajdham, and I was born in the family of farmers in the Braja, in the Brajavasi farmer family. And my grandfather, I was not going to school. I don't want to go to school that time. I have no kind of lust for school. I want to go with my grandfather to the fields. And my grandfather was taking me to the field, and there what we was doing, we were converting the sugarcane. We have this machine. We were taking out the juice, and then we were boiling the juice in big pots. Kadhai को क्या बोलेंगे? Pan, kadhai, fana. So in a gross of fana, not so fana at our home, like it's a gross of fana. We put from the whole field this juice, and then we boil it for many hours, and then comes some form, and we make jaggery out of it. Good of Hindi, good jaggery, and this is further refined of the sugarcane juice, and this is called mana, crookedness which arises due to increase of sneha. After sneha, that crookedness in the love, that gopis were having this crookedness with the Krishna, doing some Leela with Krishna. This is called Mana Leela. We have heard Man Leela of gopis. And after this jaggery, the next level of jaggery is, unrefined raw brown sugar blocks. These are made from jaggery. This unrefined, this is not still refined, unrefined raw brown sugar blocks. And what is this? Pranaya. Pranaya is that level after mana. Heightened mana leads to a feeling of oneness. Feeling of oneness of one's body, mind and words with the lover's body, mind and the words. So, my dear devotees, you can very well identify this. What is this stage? Here, the lover and loved are becoming one. There is no difference in their body. So this is the stage when gopis were experiencing the love. This is very difficult in this material world to achieve such a stage. So this stage is called pranaya. Yeah, the feeling of oneness with body, mind and words. That you feel that sometimes gopis were feeling, I am Krishna. They were acting like Krishna. They were playing flute. They were, going with the cows, and they were acting like Krishna. And this is called pranaya already, that they were in that feeling of oneness with Krishna. And now we go to the next level, my dear devotees. It's still remaining. And next level of this is raga. Raga is a heightened state of pranaya. When the pranaya further solidify, further concentrate, further becomes pure, it is called raga, where any distress related to Krishna starts appearing as joy. And this is from this raw brown sugar cubes or blocks, it comes to white sugar blocks. It further refined white sugar blocks. And dear devotees, in this material world, we have distress. Yeah, we have so many stress in the material world. We have miseries in the material world. Everybody has miseries. Nobody can escape. We have Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adi Atmik. And today morning we were in the Mangal Arati. Sansar Dava Nal Leeda Loka. So Sansar is Dava Nal, is the burning fire, the forest of burning fire everywhere. So these miseries are like burning fire. They are, burning us mentally, physically. And yeah, Davanal. It's a fire of the forest, which is misery, material existence. So the distress in this word comes from the miseries, but distress in the spiritual word, the word distress is completely different. You can see this word distress in raga. This is not our regular distress what we are getting. This is a distress which is experienced by the most elevated devotees, the gopis. The distress in the vipralamba bhav, in this mode of separation. You know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the Sixthastkam, Sri Sixthastkam, Yuga yitam nimesena, Yuga yitam nimesena, Chaksusa pravasyayitam, Sunyayitam jagat sarvam, Govindam virhenamam. Yuga yitam Sunyayitam jagat sarvam. And in the beginning says, Yuga yitam nimesena. A fraction of the second, 1 second we know. We don't know below 1 second, microsecond maybe. In Bhagavata, there is called nimes. Nimes is like, a very, very, very small. It's very, very fraction of the second. Even if this fraction of the second becomes a complete millennium, a yuga for gopis. If they don't see Krishna for a fraction of a second, it's like they say it's a complete yuga. But for us, it is never like this. We don't come to temple for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. We don't care. We have many important things in our life. So we don't have that, attraction, spontaneous attraction like raga or any, bhakti. So for gopis, even a small movement, very fraction, it was a big yuga, and everything was zero without Krishna for them. And so this is a special distress. We cannot compare this distress in the mode of separation, vipralamba bhav. And then come anuraga. Of them raga, further concentrated form of raga is anuraga. Anuraga is a heightened state of raga where constant newness in the relationship is experienced, even when one has met the lover many, many times. And this is compared to after the white sugar blocks, it has come refined white sugar blocks. So this is anuraga. So, when we are in love in material world, and we are newly married, we are married, in the first few months, we are so much attached with our wife is attached with the husband is attached with the wife, and they are so much caring each other and always remembering. They are in the always thoughts about the wife and husband, each other. They are thinking about each other very closely. But after some years, it disappears. And later on, husband and wife are going on the date, on the anniversary. We are having 50th anniversary. Actually, with 15th anniversary, I remember my anniversary. When I was in, we had a 15th anniversary. Now we are already approaching 19th, 20th anniversary now approaching. But and 50th anniversary, I thought. 22nd. Okay, don't tell your mother. Maybe she's not watching. So 22nd is coming now. But when 50th anniversary, I thought there is a good opportunity of preaching. So we can take prasadam to my firma, my company, and I can say my colleagues that we have a special anlas and a special occasion, and I want to give you cakes and rasgulla. And my Ambika make rasgullas and bhoga and cake, and I took to my company because we want to preach in a hidden preaching that we give prasadam to them. And then I did not told them what is the occasion. I said, yeah, there is a special occasion. I want to offer you this sweets from India, and they were very happy and enjoying. A complete group. The room was full. The hall was full. And they asked me, what is the occasion? Do you have a birthday? Normally birthday they celebrate in the office, na? Only birthday we celebrate. Who want to bring some cakes, kukhan from home. Then I said, I have a marriage anniversary, Hochzeit. They said, oh, do you also celebrate Hochzeit like this? I said, it's the Sri Vijay Gauranga ki Sri Prabhupada ki jai. So they say, which year you have? I said, 15th year of my Hochzeit. 15th years? Oh, really? It's quite long actually. We don't have this here, 15th year, very easy. So they were surprised that I had 15th years because this is not common in Germany to have, very few people have this. And then, so what I am saying is that after some years, that love disappears. Husband and wife are going on a date, and then they are on their own phones. Husband is in their Facebook life, his wife is in their Facebook. So this anuraga is not there. But here the anuraga is the state of every day there is a newness in the relationship. Where the constant newness in the relationship is experienced. Radha and Krishna, when they are in love, every day there is a newness. This is not boring. This is not, oh, I know Krishna, he is the same Krishna. And and Krishna says, oh, Radharani, yeah, the same, boring with two, this. No. Every day is newness. And this is anuraga. How the newness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the first verse, Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrit aswadanam. Anandam buddhivardhanam. This is a ocean of transcendental bliss which expands and expands and expands. This is not something which stays constant. This expands, and this is called anuraga. And then Nakdem anuraga. Now comes the main final things. It's called Mahabhaga. Mahabhava. Maybe, dear devotees, you have heard sometime in the Katha, Radharani is doing Mahabhava Leela. And this Mahabhava, we are talking about this level of Mahabhava. And this Mahabhava is called this highest state of Anuraga. Well-shaped, refined, crystal, white sugar blocks. We started from the sugarcane kernel, from the bees, from this seeds of the sugar rower kernel. And where we are now, well-shaped, refined, crystal, white sugar blocks. And this is the highest stage of the Mahabhaga. And this can be only experienced by Srimati Radharani. And this is explained by Sri Rupa Goswami, Ujjwala, Nilamani, Kiranaha. So my dear devotees, I want to give this background. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing these symptoms, they are not normal symptoms. They are not like, somebody shows symptoms. We also get sometimes symptoms, but they are not original symptoms. They are just emotions. They are not, cannot be compared to the pure devotees get the symptoms. They are completely different. And the people who are in sadhana bhakti, like me, who are neophyte devotees, and they are just they are struggling in japa, and they are not able to progress, but still they have some, sometime. So this comes due to emotions, that we have emotions. But this Mahabhaga, they are different symptoms which are experienced only the pure devotees. And in the pure devotees, this Mahabhaga comes only in Radharani. And now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came 500 years before, and when he was in Puri, when he saw Jagannath Bhagwan, who is Krishna himself, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him, he shows these symptoms of, Ashta Sattvic Vikar, Mahabhaga. So what are these symptoms, dear devotees? These symptoms are actually, they are standing of the hair on the end, So sometimes, we get the tears, asru, crying, standing of the hairs, like goosebump. In material world, we say goosebumps, we see a nakrist, in WhatsApp, some, joke, which, oh, I have a goosebump. We write a message. He said a goosebumps, you have sent such a message. These are not goosebumps. What is this goosebumps? What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having, this is goosebump. The hairs are standing on the skin. What goosebumps we have this in WhatsApp messages? This is just, because of cold, we can also get this. When you go outside, you have cold weather in Germany, so you already get the goosebumps. This is not goosebumps in the cold weather. So the real goosebumps are when a devotee gets the goosebumps for Krishna. And now Sri Krishna is getting in the mood of Radharani for Jagannath Bhagwan. This is the goosebump. This is Ashta Sattvic Vikar. And then the next to the goosebump, this standing of the hair on the end, is called Vaivarnya. Vaivarnya is discoloration of the skin. The skin discoloration, the color of the skin changes. You cannot imagine this. And then next is Vapathu, shaking or shivering of the body. The whole body starts shivering. So that's why Gopinath Acharya is saying to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you have seen him in front of Sri Jagannath Bhagwan. He showed these symptoms of Mahabhaga, and only Supreme Personality of Godhead in the mood of Radharani can show these symptoms. Nobody, but you are not able to recognize him. You are asking him, you are saying he's a second class sannyasi. What are you saying? So that is the situation. And our Goswamis further say that this Mahabhaga, dear devotees, oh sorry, you have to maybe make one more slide final. In Ujjwala Nilamani, Vrij Devya Eka Samvedyo Mahabhava Kayo Utkayayo Chatye. That which is known as Mahabhava, the highest development of prema, is experienced exclusively by the damsels of Braja. Only by them. There is no one else can experience this bhava. And since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has this bhava, which is cannot be experienced other than Radharani, only the Radharani can have this. He was a Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he was not recognized because there was a reason behind it, dear devotees. And the reason was that although Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a great Vedanti, he knows the Vedas, he knows Vedanta Sutra, but he was impersonalist, he was not devotee. And since he was impersonalist, his knowledge was dry knowledge, jnana. He was a jnana marga, and he was not bhakti marga. So when he was saying although he was able to see the beauty, but he could not connect with that. There was symptoms in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all that he has also the 16 symbols in his feet. This conch, kamal, padma, and flag, and mace. All the symptoms in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna has these symptoms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also have these symptoms, but he did not pay any attention because he was Maya aparatah jnana. His jnana, his knowledge was covered by Maya, illusion. It is said here in the sloka, illusion. So, dear devotees, although he was a great jnani, but he was dry, jnani. He was not a bhakta, and he could not recognize Lord. And Gopinath Acharya is now telling him that because of your illusion, you cannot recognize. And Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Aham prakasasya yog maya samavrata. I do not reveal myself to everybody. I am covered by the Yog Maya. But I reveal only who are my devotees. Only to them I reveal. And in this case, although Bhattacharya was a great learned person, but he was not a devotee. And Krishna reveals only to his devotees. So one who serves Krishna by devotional service, he can always get the darsans of the Krishna. We cannot get darsans of the Krishna just by reading philosophy, by sutras, and by doing some meditation in Himalayas, or doing some austerities, some fasting for many days, and standing in the cold water for many days in the winter, and sometime they also they have a fire around them in the summer, peak summer, and stand in the fire. So these things are not required. They are dry renunciation, the dry way. This is called Nivriti Marg. But in our Bhakti Marg, we do devotional service, we do Mangal Arati. This is our austerity. Getting up early in the morning, doing Mangal Arati, doing chanting nicely, listening Hari Katha, and then serving devotees, cooking prasadam in the kitchen, serving to devotees, and visiting Dham Yatra. Dham Yatra we should do. And these are actually the real austerities which are recommended by our acharyas to us, and not the dry. Otherwise we can never see the Lord. If we just do the Jnana Marg, just try to get only the knowledge, and we cover the Krishna under Maya actually with this knowledge, and we develop proud. I know this, I am so much known, because actually Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya developed the pride that I am the most knowledgeable. I can make this second class sannyasi to the first class sannyasi. So this was a pride actually, false pride it is. Actually, dear devotees, the question comes, how we can see the Lord actually? Why Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could not see, and how to see? What is the process to see the Lord? And in one of the earlier, I was reading this whole chapter from Chaitanya Charitamrita, this 6th chapter, and there was a verse which says, I think it was just 89th or 88 or something, last week only. So this verse says, mercy. We need mercy of the Lord. We cannot see Lord without His mercy. For example, we give again example of the sun. If the sun is not, if there is a middle night, yeah, you don't see the sun in the middle night, and there is a king, and the king of the country, I am the king of this country, I want to see sun in the night. I order sun appear, I am the king of this place. Will sun comes? Will he appears? No, he will never appear. Sun will never appear for the king. Sun appears at his own pace, at his own wish. And if this guy, he take a torch in the torchlight, and I want to search the sun. I want to search the sun. Can we search the sun by a torchlight? No. How we can search the sun? What is the source? We can search the sun by sunlight. Only we have to use the sunlight to know the sun. Only by torch we cannot search the sun. Similarly, my dear devotees, if we want to search Krishna, if we want to see Krishna, if we want to feel Krishna, if we want to take darsans of Krishna, if we want to know Krishna, we cannot do it with our mundane efforts. Like somebody want to see the sun by torch. And we can see Krishna by Krishna's mercy. We can see Krishna only by Krishna's mercy. Actually, there is a nice Vaishnava bhajan also, very famous in Vrindavan. Yadi Krishna kripa ho tabhi Krishna ka naam le sakenge. Yadi Krishna kripa ho tabhi Krishna ka naam le sakenge. When we have a Krishna kripa, when we have a mercy of the Lord Sri Krishna, only then we can take his name. Only we can feel him in the heart as a supreme personality of the Godhead. But Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, he don't have Krishna kripa because he was a Vedanti, impersonalist. He don't believe in the personal form of the Lord. Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Ham Bhajami. He don't believe in this. That's why he don't have the darsans of the Lord. And there are so many examples. Our Acharya, Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, somebody asked him, his disciples, how we can take darsans of the Lord? How we can take darsans? And what Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, we should not make efforts to take darsans of the Lord. Rather, we should do such services, we should do such deeds of seva, some services, some devotion service. We should render the service in such a way that Krishna want to see us. We should not try that I want to see Krishna, I want to see Krishna. Let Krishna see us. You know, I remember one example when a child want to see principal. He want to see the Schulleiter, a kind in the Schule. Wollte Schulleiter sehen. Aber Schulleiter, war zum Secretary, und Secretary hat gesagt, hat kein Zeit, weil Schulleiter ist beschäftigt, kein Zeit. Okay, the student was told that the principal is busy in the school. So what the student, how he can see principal? You know what he did? It's a real example actually, what the student did. He worked so hard, that he got the highest rank in the whole NRW. He got the best numbers in the whole NRW. And from his school, one child is getting the best rank. He got Noten 1 plus somewhere, and you know, in his Abitur. And when he got this Noten, and when the information goes to the Ministry of Education, the Bildungsministerium, okay, one student of this school has got number 1 rank, and then the school principal comes to know, the Schulleiter, there is one student in the class, in our school who got one rank. I want to meet him. The principal himself went to the class. He want to meet the student. I want to see him. Who is this? My dear devotees, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj says the same thing. If we want to see the Krishna, we have to do such a service. We have to render the service in such a way that Krishna himself comes to see us. It is not theoretical. You may say to me, okay, in this school example, principal example, okay, it's a material example, we can see it is happening. Is there any example, can we see in spiritual world that Krishna come himself? There are many examples. There are many such in Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, in each devotee case, it happens. Krishna himself comes. Prahlad Maharaj. In case of Prahlad Maharaj, there was so many problems he faced in his life. His father wanted to kill him and did all the punishments. It was the worst case punishment he was experiencing. And at the end, when he was in his palace and the father is sitting on the throne and he was the king of the universe, he was the biggest don, and there was nobody bigger than him. Even he was becoming bigger than Brahmaji because he has such a bone. So he said, can you see your Lord? Can you see Lord everywhere? And Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, I can see my Lord everywhere. And Hiranyakashipu was not convinced because he said, oh, there is no Lord. Well, Vishnu is not there. The Krishna is not there. Prahlad Maharaj was very convinced, although he was not physically available there. But Prahlad Maharaj was so convinced, and he was so always in Samranam, always Samran. Then he was asking, is he also in this pole, in this Zoil, in this pole, pillar, in this pillar? Then Prahlad Maharaj has no doubt at all. He was very convinced. Immediately he said, yes, he is there in the pillar. And Bhagwan appeared, Nrsimhadev appeared from the pillar for the Lord, because Prahlad Maharaj has the eyes that he can see the Lord, which Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya don't have. The devotees have, the pure devotees have these eyes. And Krishna appeared as Sri Nrsimhadev, and you know the story. And dear devotees, our Acharya says there are 3 reasons why Sri Nrsimhadev appears to Prahlad Maharaj. There are 3 reasons, our Acharya says. The one reason is Sri Narad Muni. Sri Narad Muni is Bhakta, a pure devotee of the Lord. Sri Narad Muni has promised to Indradev. When Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of the mother, then Indradev was taking Mata Kayadu, was kidnapping Mata Kayadu because he knows she's pregnant. And again the Rakshasa is born, with demon will born. Because actually Hiranyakashipu was busy in the tapasya. And Indra thought, I will kill the wife. And then the son in the womb will be killed. Otherwise he will become a big new demon. And Narada Muni says to Indra, no, don't do this. There is a pure devotee inside the womb. And one day he will be the biggest devotee and he will become the cause of the death of his father. Narad told this to Indradev. And today is the day when Hiranyakashipu is asking to Prahlad Maharaj, can you see your Krishna here? Can you see your Vishnu here? And Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, I can see. And Nrsimhadev appeared. So because Narada has promised to Indradev. This is one reason why Nrsimhadev appeared. Because Bhagavan always want to fulfill the words, promises of his devotees. The second reason, my dear devotees, the second reason why Nrsimhadev comes is, it comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a sloka. I have to remember the sloka, but anyway, I will say the bhav of the sloka. In this sloka, it is mentioned that Nrsimhadev comes bhava, Nij Bhakta, for the words Bhartya, yeah. So the meaning is that Bhagavan appeared from the pillar, from the dead pillar, to fulfill the words of Prahlad Maharaj, because Prahlad Maharaj has promised, my Lord is here, my Bhagavan is here, I can see. To fulfill the words of Prahlad Maharaj, Krishna appears even from the pillar. So this was the second reason why he appears, because he always wants to fulfill the words. So he appears out of the nothing. And the third reason why Krishna appears from this is because Krishna has promised to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya pratijanihi mad bhakta na pranasyati. Hey Kaunteya, hey Kunti Putra, hey Arjuna, please declare, please announce that my devotee never perishes. There is no fall down of my devotee. I protect him in every case. And Arjuna says to Krishna, why should I promise? You can promise, it is your promise. You want to promise, you do it yourself. Why should I do it? Then Krishna says, oh Arjuna, yeah, it's my promise. And I should do this promise, but I want that you should do promise on my behalf. Arjuna says, why should I do on your behalf? Then Krishna says, because I can break my promise, but I can never break the promise made by my devotees. This is the level of Bhagwan. We cannot do this in this world. We cannot never break. We cannot. Can we really always meet our promises? We do so much promises, but we break the promises. We cannot. But Bhagwan is Satya Sankalpa. Satya Sankalpa. One quality of the Bhagwan is Satya Sankalpa. That means whatever Bhagwan says, he never breaks promises. But Bhagwan in this case says, even I can break my promise. But the position of the devotee of the Lord is even greater than Lord. The Lord himself made the position of the devotee greater than him. He himself is making. He says, I will never break your promise, Arjuna. I can break my promise. So that's the why when Prahlad Maharaj says, Krishna is inside the pole, inside the pillar. Krishna appeared from there because he has promised to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Konte hai prati jani hi mad bhaktana pranasyati. So my dear devotees, he has proved that Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please welcome to our Gauradesh. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. So in case of Bhisham Pitamaha, Krishna has fulfilled the desire of Bhisham Pitamaha in the battlefield because Bhisham Pitamaha take a pratigya that I will make sure Krishna should lift the chakra, should lift a weapon. Krishna is so merciful that although he may, kill even Bhisham Pitamaha through Arjuna, he don't need to lift the shastra, but he still lifts the shastra because he want to fulfill the desire of his pure devotee. So he fulfilled the desire of Bhisham Pitamaha, and he promised to Arjuna that because my devotees make a promise, I will fulfill the promise. In this case, Bhisham Pitamaha made the promise, I will make sure that you lift the chakra or you lift the shastra, any weapon. Otherwise, I will kill Arjuna if you don't lift it. So there were two reasons. That one reason was Krishna want to save Arjuna, that my devotee will never fall down, will never be perished. And the second, I promise that the words of my devotee are never false. So Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, my dear devotees. So the essence of this whole katha, the whole chapter, where Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is first time meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is in the Mahabhava of Srimati Radharani, and he was not able to recognize the Lord. And now we know the reasons why a Vedanti, an impersonalist, how Krishna is covered from them and how the Krishna only reveals to the devotees. In the Brahma Samhita, it is written Premanjana Charuta Vilochanen. So only if we want to see Krishna, we need a special eyes, and these eyes have the Anjana of Prema. Anjana is Zalbe of Deutsch, Salve of English, Zalbe. We need a special Zalbe, Prema Zalbe. Das heißt Prema Zalbe. When we have this Prema Zalbe in our eyes, then only we can see Krishna. We cannot just see by mundane eyes that we want to see Krishna with our blunt material senses. It's not possible. There is a very nice sloka. I will conclude with this sloka, this katha. We need the eyes of prema as per Brahma Samhita. And this is mentioned. Brahmaji is saying to in these prayers that we need this special eyes with the prema to see Krishna. And all the devotees have these eyes, and they can see Krishna with these eyes. They can feel Krishna in the heart. And there is a sloka which Rupa Goswami has included in Nectar of Devotion. Ataha Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grahim Indriya Sevon Mukhi Hi Jivyadau Swayam Eva Spurti Aday. Ataha Sri Krishna Namadi. The Na Bhaved Grahim Indriya. The name Ataha Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna name, the Naam Adi, name, form, qualities and pastimes. The name, form, qualities and pastime of Krishna, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Graham Indriya. Our blunt material senses, the mundane material senses, they cannot perceive it, they cannot receive it, they cannot feel it, they cannot taste it, because they are material, they are not spiritualized, they are not purified. Krishna is pure, Krishna is spiritual, and we are material. And with this material, how can we touch the spiritual? If we want to touch the spiritual, we have to become spiritual. Yeah, so, but we are covered with the rust, you know. When a magnet have a rust, then it cannot attract the iron. It has to be free, it has to be clean to attract the iron magnet. So we have to clean ourselves. And for cleaning ourselves, Sevon Mukhihi Jivyadav, we have to engage our senses, all the senses, our all six, all five knowledge senses, and our mind, our buddhi, everything in the service of Krishna. Then, and we eat prasadam, Krishna prasadam with the jivya, and we take Hari Naam with the jivya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we take Krishna prasadam, we accept the Krishna prasadam, and we take Hari Naam with this jivya, then we are purified slowly and slowly, and then, Swam, the Krishna himself reveals. He reveals to us himself. So this is the main philosophy. This is the key. This is the main slussel. How we see Krishna. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for listening patiently. We are already 9, and I said we should purify us by Mahaprasadam and take Harinam. So Mahaprasadam, we can take breakfast prasadam, and we should chant our Hare Krishna mantra. And today we have a lot of programs. Today is Sunday. Today we have a full program in the temple. We have a Sunday festival, including the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha by His Grace Sudama Prabhuji. And this Katha is also Harinam Mahima, Ajamil pastime. So if we do devotional service, purify ourselves and take Harinam. This we do whole day today. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Jan ki jai. Jai.